Imagine you wake up one day and realize your entire life is a lie. You think you know the person sleeping next to you. You think you understand your own past. But then, you see one small detail that changes everything. Most people live their lives in a comfortable fog. They follow a routine and they assume they are safe. But what happens when that safety disappears in a single second? Today, I am going to show you how a single secret can break a heart or build a family. By the end of this story, you will understand how to face the truths you are most afraid of. If you do not learn to see the truth, you might lose the people who matter most. My name is Richard and I am 41 years old. I have been married to my wife Alicia for 9 years. For a long time, I thought our life was perfect. We paid our bills on time and we never shouted. We did not have children, but I thought we were okay. That was my first mistake. I assumed silence meant peace. But sometimes, silence is just a place where secrets grow. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon when the world cracked open. I was sitting at the kitchen table paying our monthly bills. As I clicked through our bank statements, I saw something strange. There was a recurring payment of $850 every single month. I did not recognize the name L. Thompson. I felt a cold chill run down my back. I scrolled back through the months. January, February, March. The money was gone every time. Think about your own life for a second. Have you ever felt that sudden knot in your stomach? That moment when you realize something is wrong but you cannot explain it yet? In English, we call this a red flag. It is a warning sign. Many learners make the mistake of ignoring these signs because they are afraid of the answer. They stay silent when they should speak up. When Alicia walked into the kitchen, I turned the laptop toward her. I asked her who L. Thompson was. Alicia froze. She told me she was just helping a friend from work. But her hands were moving too much and she avoided my eyes. I knew she was lying. She told me it was not important. How can $850 a month be unimportant? I decided to stop asking and start watching. For 2 weeks, I stayed silent. I watched her take private calls in the hallway. I saw her smile at text messages and hide her screen. One Wednesday, she said she had to work late. I did not believe her. I followed her car 20 minutes outside the city to a small house. I watched a woman open the door. She looked tired. And standing next to her was a 7-year-old boy. Alicia hugged that boy like she had known him forever. When the boy smiled, my heart stopped. His eyes looked exactly like mine. The same shape and the same color. I drove home with shaking hands, wondering if that was my child. In a moment, you will see why this discovery changed everything. But first, think about how you handle difficult conversations. Imagine you are talking to a friend who is hiding something. You might say, "I feel like you are not telling me everything." Or, "Is there something on your mind?" A common mistake is to accuse someone immediately. Instead, try using observational phrases. Try saying, "I noticed something unusual." Take 10 seconds right now. Think of one time you noticed a secret. How did you feel? 3 days later, I told Alicia I followed her. I told her I saw the boy. Her face turned white and her eyes filled with tears. I asked the only question that mattered. Is he mine? Alicia looked at me and said no. But then she told me the truth that was even harder to hear. She told me about Jessica. I remembered Jessica from college. We had a short, messy relationship 15 years ago. Alicia told me Jessica had been pregnant when we broke up, but she never told me. She raised the boy, Ethan, alone until she got sick with stage 3 cancer. She found our names online and contacted Alicia because she was desperate. I sat there in shock. I had a 7-year-old son I never knew existed. Alicia had been sending money to save them from losing their house. She told me she was afraid to tell me. She was afraid it would ruin our marriage. This is a deep emotional loop. Alicia tried to protect the marriage by keeping a secret, but the secret was the very thing destroying us. When we speak English, we often use the word bittersweet for situations like this. It is a mix of joy and sadness. A week later, I went to that small house with Alicia. Jessica opened the door. She was thin and her hair was gone from the treatment. She introduced me to Ethan. He looked at me and said, "Mom says you're my dad." I knelt down and looked at his face. He had my nose and my chin. I told him I was sorry I didn't know. He just smiled and said it was okay. I realized I had missed 7 years of his life. I missed his first words and his first day of school. I felt a deep anger at first. I told Alicia she didn't have the right to decide when I became a father. Things became very tense at home. We stopped talking. We stopped touching. We were living like strangers in the same house. But there is a hidden reason why we struggle to move forward. We focus on what we lost instead of what we have. If you are learning a language, you might feel sad about the years you didn't study. But the past is gone. You only have today. Eventually, Jessica's condition got worse. I spent my days in hospital rooms. Before she passed away, I promised her I would never leave Ethan. When he finally moved in with us, the house felt different. It was loud and messy. I was terrified. I didn't know how to be a father. I went into the bathroom and cried because I felt like a failure. But healing is a slow process. Alicia and I started therapy. We realized that secrets change a marriage, but honesty can rebuild it. Now, every morning, Ethan runs into our room asking for pancakes. He sits between us on the couch. I missed the first 7 years, but I will not miss the rest. Now, I want to share a secret fluency technique with you. It is called the identity shift. Most people say, "I am trying to learn English." But successful people say, "I am an English speaker." When I became a father, I didn't just learn how to act like one. I had to decide to be one. You must decide today that you are the person you want to become. Your life can change in a single second. You can choose to stay in the past, or you can choose to stay for the future. You are not a student anymore. You are a communicator. You are someone who faces the truth. To show me you are ready to change your life, I want you to go to the comments right now. Type this sentence, "I choose to stay and grow." When you type those words, you are making a promise to yourself. You are telling the world that you are ready for the truth. Your journey is just beginning. I will see you in the next story.